What made you want to do work experience?
I really like working in a team. I like working with people. I'm always up for a challenge. I like organising. And I think I just wanted to put those skills to the test. I just wanted to see what it was like working in a corporate environment and all of that.
I really want to go to uni, and I feel like this experience would be really good to put on my personal statement and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like hands-on experience is so much better than sitting in a classroom and learning about it, whereas actually doing it gives me like a step that other people may not have to go into the industry when I'm older.
And what do you know about the council already?
Kind of runs Dorset. I don't know, it runs the planning department and all of that, but I only know that because I take law. Don't really know much about it at all. Didn't know anything about the hiring until we had that conversation a couple of minutes ago. Obviously did youth council here when I was a bit younger, but don't really know much about it. I've been in the building before, but that's about it.
I know that they do a podcast. They do everything that's like undercover that you think just happens naturally, but it's actually just the council working on it, like the potholes, the bins, like all that kind of stuff. You think it just happens, but it's actually the council behind the scenes doing it all.
Is there anything you want to get out this week?
I think it's going to be really interesting, and the reason I kind of picked this work experience is because I really wanted to see how you balance like social media and the informal tone of social media with something as formal as marketing and like recruitment. I think that's really important, especially in this day and age when we're all using social media very, very personally. How does that take place in a corporate setting?
Just more hands-on experience working in social media, because that's what I want to do. I mean, I have my own TikTok account now that I post on, and that I post like videos of me. So I really hope that this experience might help me grow that as well.
What have you enjoyed about working here?
I love the atmosphere. Like, we don't take things too seriously. It's just a really nice vibe here.
You just sound like a young person.
Oh god. Yeah, it's just everyone's just really nice and not too serious, which is really good.
I have just enjoyed talking to people, finding out what it's like in here, finding out what everyone actually does. Especially like the conversation that we just had with elections, like just knowing what kind of goes on. Because it's one of those things where you walk past every day and you don't really understand until you actually get inside just how insanely busy it is in here. Except if it's a Friday, obviously.
What's something that you learned this week that maybe you didn't know about before?
Like how much work actually goes into making TikToks, like the amount of filming and editing. I thought it'd just be really quick, but it actually takes quite a lot of time.
Video editing, how to set up a podcast space, how to actually get around this building because it's a maze, how to approach people in the corridors and ask them to be interviewed, how to convince people to actually be on camera, how to bribe people with chocolate muffins.
Do you think that was a learning experience?
Video editing, definitely a learning experience. The rejection therapy from the interview video, definitely a learning experience. I think working to a brief and in a team was also a learning experience as well. And just like the line for corporate media, whereabouts is it in social media? How casual can we be while still fulfilling the brief that we were given?
And what do you now know about the council that you didn't before?
They have a room, what's it called, the election? Like, what's the room with the red chairs? They have a council chamber, and they have a council chamber where they make lots of important decisions, which I didn't realise happened at the council.
You didn't think important decisions happened?
No, like I didn't think they'd have a fancy room like that with King Charles on the wall.
I know how many people work in it. I know that there's a ton of departments. It's not just one, like county hall. You've got the HR and elections and democratic services, and those are different. And so many people I've never met before telling me things I didn't know before I came in. But also just kind of understanding a little bit more about how it works.
And what surprised you this week?
That I had fun. I was really nervous coming here. But it turned out great, and I'm really glad that I pushed myself and came here.
Just the volume of people. There's someone in every room doing something. Even on days like today, you turn the corner and there's another little meeting room with someone on a Teams call with someone else in another part of the building. Just throughout the week, the amount of people just moving through the middle of the building, and they're all, if you ask them about it, they're all off to talk to the public or the councillors, or they're off to meet with their respective political groups for the councillors themselves. Yeah, it was all quite surprising. I don't think I imagined how busy it would be.
Would you recommend work experience?
Yeah, I would. If you're looking for something that goes on your CV and you have fun doing it, why would you not want to do it?